collapse of the health sector in the province. Mtshweni has been given 24 hours to respond to the demands. Our reporter Tumelo Machogo caught up with Nehawu's President Mzwandile Makwayiba.
The health sector in Mpumalanga has been plagued with many challenges, from shortage of staff to shortage of medication. We have seen a number of protests in this province where doctors and nurses have taken to the streets. Today, Nehawu has taken to the streets in Mpumalanga, marched to the provincial offices where they hand out a memorandum to the Premier. But to talk more about this, let's speak to the Nehawu President, Mr. Mzwandile. Sir, thank you so much for joining us today. Just tell us about what was in their demands. What do you demand in the Premier do?
Well, we demanded the forensic audit to all departments. We demand the dismissal of MSc for Health and the HOD. We want to the forensic because we think that the tender of Butele's ambulance helicopter, the process of due process were not necessarily followed. Therefore, we want all of those things to be investigated. But over and above that, we have a huge problem of shortage of staff in the Department of Health. And over and above that, we have a huge litigation, something that closed more than 7 billion, which is almost a half or more than a half of the budget of the Department of Health in the province. Perhaps this is one of the departments that should be treated like a defense force where there is no MSc of the provinces, or the system of federalism in South Africa has failed, because the classical example is the Department of Health. We were in Northwest complaining about the same thing. We are today in Mpumalanga. If you go to Free State, it's exactly the same thing. Today, members of union are stabbed, hurt by the community, because we cannot deliver the service in their satisfactory. And the reason for that is the fact that government in Mpumalanga has failed to fill the vacant post. And there's something that in this province called moratorium, something that we don't know where does it come from. Because last month when we were talking to DPSA asking about this moratorium, DPSA did not know anything about such. Therefore, we want this moratorium that is peculiar or unique in Mpumalanga alone to be lifted. That post must be filled so that we can deliver the service in the best of our ability. We are struggling in the Department of Health of Mpumalanga, and surely if how this MSc and HOD continue the way they do, I'm giving this department 5 months, it's going to collapse.
But what do you think? You know, this has been happening all over. The crisis of health in this province it's been a 10-year-long situation. Do you think by removing the MEC and the HOD is going to fix that?
Yes, we think that there's no leadership. The mere fact that we have litigation that is almost over and above your budget, you should know what's a problem, and you should be concerned, and you should be looking for a solution. And the solution to us is to employ more people. Let's make an example of a child who just delivered in the ward. There's a 10-point check in the child that must be done. Today, you can no longer do those things in the Department of Health because of the shortage of staff. We do not have staff registered nurse. We have very few doctors. It is something that is being there for some time, but the problem is that each and every time when we tell them that this is a problem, we don't seem to get the attention that we deserve to get.
So how many days have you given the Premier to react on this?
The province gives them 7 days, but I will definitely give them 24 hours. They must respond within a period of 24 hours. They must call us so that we can discuss and deal with those issues. If they fail to do that, then they must expect what happened in Northwest as our response, because I'm of the view that we are not in a position to tolerate and continuously to tolerate what is taking place in this province.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, that was the president of Nehawu telling us about what they want the Premier to do in the next 24 hours. Obviously, the biggest losers here are the patients, because those are the people that are not getting help when they go to the hospitals and the clinics in this province.